Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here as we count down until the December 27th edition of WWE SmackDown, coming to you live from Chicago. What a night this honestly is going to be. My buddy Pinko is going to be there live in attendance. 2 nights of wrestling action for only $30 to sit in the same seat for Raw and SmackDown on back-to-back nights. One hell of a steal. They set up the main event a few weeks ago, which was honestly a very shocking occurrence in my mind. At this point, I can't even remember how Dolph Ziggler won the match. I want to think that it was like a fatal 4-way involving The Miz, Dean Ambrose, and Luke Harper. That's off the top of my head, but it honestly could have been a battle royal or anything. I just honestly can't remember what it was. And then after the sort of shock of Dolph Ziggler becoming the #1 contender, after the fact that he, lost the feud to Baron Corbin, lost the championship shot at SummerSlam, lost 2 Intercontinental Championship matches against The Miz before finally winning and then immediately re-losing the championship to The Miz, now is in shot to get a WWE Championship shot on SmackDown. Honestly, out of the middle of nowhere. I know that honestly with the brand split, it's going to make a lot of guys on the roster mean more than they had meant before. Some guys are going to rise. Honestly, looking at the Raw roster as well as the SmackDown roster, maybe besides for The Miz and definitely AJ Styles, who was rising before the brand split happened, I can't think of the brand split really helping anyone out going along with this. Dolph Ziggler is a guy that just bounces around from championship shot to championship shot, losing them, and just gets new ones just out of the middle of thin air. I know that we are in December, going into January. Everything is going to change once the Royal Rumble comes, but having him be a #1 contender honestly really surprised me. Backing that up out of the middle of nowhere with, it does make sense. The feud was back in May, June, and July, but it's still fresh on a lot of hardcore fans' minds. Out of the middle of nowhere, Baron Corbin comes out of the back. This guy, honestly, in my mind, hasn't won a match since beating Dolph Ziggler. But he comes down to the ring and he basically calls out Ziggler, basically saying, "You don't steal the show, you steal other people's opportunities," and is backed up by the fact that Daniel Bryan turns the match from a one-on-one match to a 3-way. So now Dolph Ziggler is not only going up against AJ Styles for the championship, now he also has to beat out Baron Corbin, a guy that he couldn't beat other than the time that he walked right up and kicked him right in the nuts and took the disqualification. I don't really know what to think of this. I mean, honestly, when you look at this, neither of these guys, Baron Corbin nor Dolph Ziggler, are going to be beating AJ Styles for the championship. We just need to get AJ to the Royal Rumble. Honestly, in my mind, I think that AJ is going to be holding that championship until WrestleMania. Definitely has to have a match at the Royal Rumble, which is crazy to find out. He debuted at last year's 2016 #3 spot, and now here he is. He's been holding that championship since Backlash. Which I can't remember what month that was, but I want to say that that was one of the first pay-per-views of the brand split, so that was probably around September, holding that championship on his first run. So many times when guys get the belt for their first time, they turn into these geeks that just can't win a match to save their life, like Rey Mysterio or Dean Ambrose, and they just find weird ways to escape with their championship. But, AJ, even though he's a heel, keeps finding ways to beat guys over and over again, and it's not from his buddies like Gallows and Anderson having his back like he did during the John Cena feud. We'll see what happens on SmackDown, but this is probably one of the bigger matches besides the John Cena return, which might just end up being a promo. But I'm not really looking forward to a lot from this. I'm probably looking forward more from the Intercontinental Championship match more than anything else from it. But this is a big one for SmackDown. Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and Dolph Ziggler in a 3-way. Could be really good. With Dolph Ziggler, it could steal the show. AJ, even though he is coming off of the injury, put the Ellsworth feud to rest. So we'll see. He had 2 weeks off, and 3, I guess, if you count the Ellsworth deal. We'll see if he's 100% ready to go and what he can give us. I'm looking for a good one, but probably just AJ retaining, and that's going to be about it.